Da, 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 da. Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my rewind review for Avengers Assemble. So carrying on with my Marvel Cinematic Universe reviews, this is going to be my 6th review. It's the 6th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is Avengers Assemble, the film we all were anticipated so much to see, finally seeing all of these characters and their separate films come together in one big massive film, and it did not disappoint. I was so hyped up to see this film when it came out. I remember, if I remember correctly, I booked half a day off so I could go see it later in the afternoon, evening time to get myself ready for it. Big bag of popcorn, big drink and everything with this t-shirt on as well, just sitting there really happy, giddy like a little child to see my favourite characters all come together on one screen. And it's something that's just never been done before, and it was so anticipated, so big, and it just did not disappoint. It was such an awesome film. It really goes up there as one of the best comic book films of all time. Of course, this is going to be a spoiler-filled video, so if you haven't seen the film, go and watch it, come back and then watch this video on my thoughts, because I'm going to be full spoiler territory here. You have been warned. So the basic gist, of course, is Loki. He ends up coming back and he swears to destroy Earth with the power of the T'Chari alien invasion, using his staff as well that he was given to by Thanos to attack Earth, take the Tesseract back, and then obviously go on and rule Asgard. And the Avengers are brought together to stop him from doing that. Again, epic acting from Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He just nails his character so much. He was such an awesome bad guy, and through this film he just became our favourite Marvel bad guy. So S.H.I.E.L.D. of course had the Tesseract, and they're doing tests on it with Selvig and everything. They've got Hawkeye watching from a distance. Then Loki blasts through the door, takes control of Selvig and Hawkeye, takes the Tesseract and runs off with it. Then after a brief chase and everything, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s facility imploding, then it's Coulson asking Nick Fury, what do we do? And that's the Avengers title that comes up. The first 40 minutes are kind of, they're a little bit slow, but it's a case of building the characters up again. Obviously, reintroducing yourselves into the characters. You get to see Black Widow, then Cap, then Iron Man, Hulk, Thor later on in the film as well. And it's building his character back up, reintroducing you into them, and pushing them into obviously being together in this film. The way they get Hulk back was really good. Obviously, taking Natasha over there and talking him down and getting him over, which is a really good way of doing things. Obviously, with Cap literally just being coming out of the ice, he's literally just training, and then you've got Fury coming in, giving him a mission, trying to get him back in the world, as they said. And then of course you've got Stark being awesome. He's got himself a brand new tower called Stark Tower, and it looks awesome. It's all clean energy, it's all him, you know what I mean? Basically, even he says it's like Christmas but with more. The way they built this film up as well was just really good. Obviously with all the end credit scenes and all the bits and bobs building up into this film, but the way that it was built up in the film, coming up to the final climax, they just did really well, introducing the characters to each other, having their problems as well. The way they introduce Thor back into it as well is a little bit wishy-washy, with the fact that the Bifrost was destroyed, but they got dark energy to bring him back. But I kind of was like, alright, I'm not really that bothered, because I want Thor's back, he's with the Avengers and I'm fine with that, not a problem. The way they brought him back as well was pretty cool when he landed on the jet to take Loki, and it's beforehand when he hears thunder, and Cap asks Loki, what, are you afraid of a little lightning? He goes, I'm not overly fond of what follows. I'm just like, yay, we know who's coming, Thor's coming. And then they have their little altercations. You have Thor and Iron Man going at it together, then Cap stops it, and then they take Loki back to the helicarrier and imprison him in this glass cabinet thing, where they were going to imprison the Hulk very strongly. It dropped straight down basically through to nothing, to the air. And of course Loki's plan the entire time was to get captured so he could take control of the Hulk, which obviously didn't really work in his favour, but then he ended up being able to escape because Hawkeye came back, obviously still being under the control of Loki. They destroy the helicarrier's one of the turbines, and obviously this is like our first kind of like big action scene where they're busy trying to fix it, and then you've got Thor and Hulk going at it, then you've got Hawkeye and Black Widow going at it, then you've got Hulk going mental, and like you've got chasing Black Widow as well. Then Hulk kind of goes off, Iron Man and Cap kind of fix the turbine as best they can, kind of thing, all the while having all these agents attacking them and everything. Just the way they did it, it flowed really well, and it was really good fun to watch. Obviously at the end of this quiet altercation, Phil Coulson gets stabbed by Loki right in front of Thor's eyes, and then obviously a bit later on he dies Obviously we assume he died, but obviously we know he goes into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. But it's his death that gives them someone to avenge, and it gives them a reason to bring the team together, because obviously they're scattered at this point. Hulk's gone off, Thor's dropped down through that thing because Loki dropped him into the corner. Hawkeye's still recovering from being mind controlled, and it's just getting everybody to kind of come together, which obviously happens later on when they go into New York and start the main fight. The main fight goes on for, I think, the last hour of the film, and it's just, from start to finish, it's fucking awesome. It's so good. You've got Iron Man coming in trying to stop it, then he has his little banter with Loki, gets thrown out the window, brand new armour marked onto him, knocks Loki back, and then straight away the army's coming down through the wormhole. He kicks off with everything. Then you've got Hawkeye, Black Widow and Cap coming on the Quinjet. Then Thor comes in, starts having a battle with Loki. The Quinjet gets knocked to the floor and they're on the ground. Then you've got these serpents coming through as well. Then you've got Iron Man trying to take care of that while they're busy trying to take care of aliens on the ground. It's just, everything is just so amped up, and it makes it a valid reason for why you bring all these characters together. Finally they get all together, and then Bruce Banner appears on his bike and everything, and then one of the serpents, Iron Man brings one of the serpents through towards them, and then he just says, "I'm always angry," turns around, turns into the Hulk, smashes into this thing, drags him down, and Iron Man fires a missile, it blows up, and then you've got that amazing shot of all the Chitauri around him, Hulk screaming, and it pans round all 6 of them, and with the music over the top, it's just awesome. It's just like, right, it's time to get to work. This is awesome. Now, obviously, with Robert Downey Jr. being one of the main characters, probably the main character in this cinematic universe, you would have expected him to obviously be the leadership role. But no, you definitely hear it here. He says, "Call it, Cap," and it's basically saying Cap's in charge. He is in charge, he's number one, he's calling out the shots, he's telling everybody what to do, he's directing everyone. And that's basically just, I really enjoyed the fact that they did that, because he's Captain America, he's meant to be the captain, he's in charge. And I'm glad that they decided not to have Iron Man charge, because it wouldn't have worked. Having Cap call the shots is good, because he's got that military kind of feel with him, he knows what to do, he knows how to direct people and push people forward. Obviously then you've got Stark around the perimeter trying to do stuff, you've got Hawkeye on top of a building, like firing stuff out, you've got Cap and Black Widow on the ground, keeping fighting with them. Thor's trying to bottleneck the portal and obviously fight it, and then he's literally just, one of the greatest lines was Cap turning into Hulk and he goes, "Smash," and off he goes, smashing everything, and that's obviously, it plays out from there and goes into different scenes. The montage of fighting is just absolutely epic when they're panning down through all the characters that they're blasting. You got Iron Man firing at Cap's shield as it blasts a load of aliens away, Hawkeye firing at arrows, you've got Hulk and Thor blasting one of these serpents down through the train station, when obviously Hulk punches Thor off shot, which is pretty awesome. It was just an awesome montage. Everything they put into Joss Whedon and all the people who did more special effects have just done really well with making this look like a proper superhero film. Loads of action, loads of awesome shots, loads of cool team-ups and using different things. It was just fucking epic. Finally, obviously, they have to fire a nuke through and destroy New York, which obviously Nick Fury doesn't want to do, and he tries to stop it, which doesn't work. Then Iron Man obviously gets told about it, he grabs the nuke, he takes it up through the wormhole, which goes to the mothership, explodes that, and then it kills all the rest of the Chitauri. He falls through, you think he's going to die, and then at the last minute Hulk grabs him and then drops him to the floor and screams at him, and he wakes up, and it's awesome. It's like, "Please don't tell me nobody kissed me." It's just, again, with the comedy, just sprinkling it in here and there just makes you go, yeah, this is an action film, but there's still some fun times to be had. And then you've got the last few scenes where they're kind of explaining why, you know, the Avengers save people and all this kind of stuff, and Nick Fury's explaining to the people higher up, just saying there's a reason they're here, kind of thing, explaining why they're so awesome and why they're needed and all this kind of stuff, that people should fear them, and it's just a really good montage and it's really cool. Then you get your Stan Lee cameo as well, awesome. And then it kind of obviously does everybody's last character moments, and then the last bit is obviously Iron Man and Pepper sorting out the new building, which they're going to turn Stark Tower into the Avengers Tower, and that's kind of how it ends, which was a kick-ass ending, really. And the end credits scenes. Wow. One of them was fucking awesome, another one was hilarious, and it was brilliant. The first end credit scene was, of course, the one we all love so much, and it was just an epic one. It's probably one of the best ending credit scenes ever. It's the leader of the Chitauri talking to a figure with his back to him, and he's saying humans aren't as weak as we thought. To challenge them is to court death. and then you've got someone standing up, turning and smirking to the camera, and it's Thanos. So we get our first look at Thanos, and for the first time seeing that, just, oh my god, the world is just blown completely open. They're going to have to deal with Thanos at some point. This is awesome. And then the last one at the very end of the credits is just so awesome. It's just all of them gathering in this little shawarma joint, eating a load of food, which is obviously a callback to when Iron Man at the end of the fight was saying, I saw a shawarma joint down here, I want to try it. And the fact that they put that in with all the garb and all the gear and everything, I'm just sitting there in silence eating their shawarma, was just so awesome. It was just a really funny way to end it. This Avengers film for me, it's such an awesome film. It goes down as one of my all-time favourite films of all time, and for that I am definitely going to give it 5 stars. So that's what I thought of Avengers Assemble. What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know what you thought down in the comments, or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerd Bites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. And of course, keep it nerdy.